Hey, today I saw two doctors at Cornell University Hospital. Um, it was pulmonary doctor and pain doctor, and it was a waste of time. I don't understand what it is about pulmonary doctors and pain management doctors. Like, I have yet to come across one that's willing to take on my case. The pulmonary doctor today seemed pretty promising. He read through like my whole binder like in front of me. So that was pretty cool to see. But then um after he finished reading it, he had me do some pulmonary function tests, and when they came back, um he pretty much just looked at me and was like, he's gonna have to do some research, which I respect that he, I guess admitted that he has to do research. But I've heard that phrase so many times where in my mind it translates to, okay, you're way too complicated for me and I need some time to research another person to refer you to. Like that's pretty much like what every single doctor, pulmonary and pain management doctor, rheumatologists, neurologists, all of them have done when they say they need to do more research and they'll get back to me in 2 weeks. Um, Pretty much how it all plays out, they say, oh, I need to do some research, and if I don't get back to you in 2 weeks, call me. And then when I call them, they pretty much just have a number and a name waiting for me. Oh, call blah blah blah, make an appointment with so and so. And then it all starts all over again. I have yet to have any real like any sort of solution to my lung issue and my pain management. I went to a pain management doctor who supposedly was okay with managing chronic illnesses. That's why I went to him. But when I arrived, it was like a 5 minute meeting. He told me he doesn't do any after they processed my payments and all that. Then he calls me in and he tells me, "Oh, he does intervention. He like if I had an injury or something that wasn't for the rest of my life. That's something that's not chronic. That's what he deals with." And I'm like, I called and I confirmed that and then then he went into a whole thing about well, if he had to accept any patient a bunch of patients like me, then his whole schedule would be booked up and no one would pretty much get an appointment for like months. So I'm like, okay, that's cool with his whole philosophy and everything, but he pretty much just took my money for to tell me he can't help me. He gave me a referral, so it's a pretty expensive referral. I'm hoping the referral is gonna be useful, but I can't even see how it would be because first he referred me to orthopedic, but then when he looked up the orthopedic information on Google, it turned out to be a rheumatologist. Now I'm cool with a rheumatologist. I have a rheumatologist, but he swears by this guy. He didn't even refer me to a pain doctor. He referred me to a rheumatologist. Like, I don't know. I really, I really don't know. He asked me who's managing my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And I told him myself, I'm managing it. No doctor wants to take me on. I pretty much tell my general physician what I need, and he helps me out. He I give him all, since I'm in the medical field, thank God, I, provide him with all the proof and all the documentation, all the research, that reasons why I feel like this medication can help me. That's how I presented my fentanyl. And he prescribed it, I try it, it helps or it doesn't, and we move on to the next thing. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. With, thank God I found that my Dr. Franklin, but now he's like turning 88, 89. Like, he should have been retired, but he told me, he's such a sweet doctor. He says he considers me more than just a patient. He considers me a family. So, I have him until, you know, the end of his time. So, but he is 88, 89, so I'm looking for someone to take over. But none of these doctors want to take anything, any responsibility. I'm too complicated, and it's just very depressing. And I just kind of sometimes feel like, screw it. What's the point of even trying to prevent any of these dysfunctions? Like, I just feel like living with my lung the way it is, living with my kidney the way it is, staying on fentanyl until all my hair falls out. I don't know. Just keep adding on new patches as the pain tolerance increases. I'm just, I feel like I'm pushed into a corner or something. There's no one out there to help. Everyone who's a specialist in Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a geneticist. Like, there's just so much a geneticist can do for you. Geneticists can diagnose you, but what comes after diagnosis? Oh, okay, well, you got your diagnosis. Bye bye. You know, have fun trying to find treatment. It makes no sense. It's a battle to. It's a whole journey to try to get a diagnosis. But after you get diagnosed, it's another endless dark road that nobody's on to help you. You're there alone. It's when you have, I guess, symptoms like I do. Like, a lot of people have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but they don't seem to be as bad, or haven't gotten to that point yet, or they've gotten early diagnosis, so they haven't really worn out their joints like I have, or they just got lucky and they don't have the heart issues and the lung issues and all the organ dysfunctions. But I feel like the ones that do have organ dysfunctions like I do, like, we're alone. Like, there's so few of us that there's really no help, and the only way I'm gonna get any sort of treatment is if I go into the field myself and figure it out. Like, or we all just, whoever's out there, if there is anyone out there, to, I don't know, like, we gotta stand together and like demand some sort of treatment, some sort of care, like some sort of acknowledgement. Like, they just write us off and pass us along until we run out of money. I can't believe that Pain Doctor even ran my appointment like a real appointment. Like, he helped me. Like, he charged me to tell me he can't help me. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm still gonna try. I'm not gonna give up. I'm still gonna keep calling every single doctor they refer me to. And whenever I do find one, I'll put him up on the database, and hopefully anyone else in my situation can reference that database and get help. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on my pointless appointments today. And I have nephrology, see if they can help me with my kidneys on Thursday. So we'll see. I really have absolutely I don't know, no hope in even figuring out anything. I don't think I'll probably get anything out of it. After today, like, they pretty much killed whatever hope for any sort of doctor that cares, or that, I don't want to say that they don't care, but necessarily care enough to try and take on a hard case. Like, they're from Cornell. They're supposed to be the most elite, the greatest doctors in the world, like the houses, the real houses, doctor houses. And the only doctor that proves himself to be someone that's like will take on hard cases is Dr. Dinkin, and he's a neurosurgeon for the eye. So, like, at least, I found him. But when it comes to lungs and pain management, I'm still on a search. I'm still on the lookout. So, any of you guys have any sort of findings, like those rare findings, those doctors that actually are, in it for the long haul, chronic pain, chronic conditions, like when they're like really take you on and treat you, if they exist, please contact me, give me their information. I don't care where they are. I am willing to travel. Like, I'm at my breaking point already. So just please, let's share information. Let's be there for each other. I'm trying to be there for you guys. Just let's keep helping each other out, because this sucks.